Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for hip-hop history. I am going to kill that. Wait, I gotta see this.
Well, there you have it. It finally happened. Motherfuckers are literally trying to kill comedy. I mean, when I saw this, I couldn't believe that someone actually, one, like had the balls to get up on stage and run at and tackle, of all comedians, Dave Chappelle. But two, I'm surprised there was only one. Like, it made me wonder if this person, whoever this was, this individual really thought that they were gonna like do something, but like a lot of people and Dave Chappelle himself stated, this nigga could not tackle and was weak as shit, because how you gonna tackle someone and not be able to tackle them when the person you are tackling has no idea that you are going to tackle them? I mean, man, it's surreal, but it's official. I guess it's officially official that comedy is on. It's being attacked. You know, Kamala Harris is out here on Twitter saying that it's an assault on freedom for us to be getting rid of the Roe versus Wade, whatever shit. And it's like, you know what? No, it's not. That's an assault on freedom right there, of going up and literally tackling someone who's worked their way up to where they're at, to be on this grand stage performing, you know, in front of the people that spent money to come and see them perform and do their thing, only to be tackled barely by some fuck who doesn't even have the audacity to actually follow through with it, only to then get stomped outside the stage. Oh shit, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. And, you know, to be fair, I'm pretty sure a lot of comedians ever since the whole thing with Chris Rock were on edge and nervous and worried that this would happen. But the fact that it happened to Dave Chappelle, it's like, man, all right, I guess anybody already knew they were fair game. But like now it's like, I feel like everyone is going to be on edge. Like everyone was like kind of like, oh man, they kind of laughed it off. But it was like that whole Chris Rock shit. I don't want to be hit on stage. You know, motherfuckers showing up to the VMAs wearing like helmets and shit over their head. But it's like,
thank you. Thank you. They said comedians have to wear these now at award shows during their joke parts. So, all right. It doesn't even cover your face. I think it just focuses where you would hit me.
Now that Dave Chappelle was actually physically attacked on stage, I don't know, man. It's gonna be a whole nother ball game with these. You know, a lot of these people are gonna be either rolling around with, you know, protection on themselves or secure. I mean, come on, the security at the Hollywood Bowl were like slipping and sliding, jiggling and jabbing and shit. Like, what the fuck was that? You know, like, I'm surprised no one was able to take that guy down before he made it to Dave Chappelle. Like, he had a good like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 second gap of run time before he got to Dave Chappelle, and in that time, nothing was done. It was like again, the Will Smith thing, they laughed it off. It was like a stunt. It was like, oh, was it real? Was it fake? Was it real? Was it fake? Now it's like, oh shit, dog, this was real, you know? And like, oh, and I know I just brushed over that Kamala Harris and Roe v. Wade thing because, like, I could care less. I'm a man. Abortions have no effect on me or anyone that wants to identify as a male. So it is not an assault on freedom, because if a woman wants, if I was to have sex with a woman, or if a woman was to have sex with a man, like, you know, they would, if they were to conceive a child and get or possibly get pregnant, it would be like, you know, up to them to figure out what to do. If she wanted the abortion or didn't want the abortion, it wouldn't matter to the guy. Like, if the guy was like, I want to keep it, and she said no, he has no say. If he wants to keep it and she says yes, then I guess he'd have a say. But ultimately, it's up to her, whatever she wants to do with her body. So as far as I'm concerned, it seems like the women have just let the sluts roam free now, because yeah, if your daughter or whoever identifies as a daughter or as a woman or as a girl, whatever, gets pregnant and unwillingly and forcefully, then you know what? Yeah, maybe you could go and go to your doctor and discuss it, and maybe they can do the abortion, or they would have to send you somewhere, and maybe maybe they could have a program where they could pay for your flight to send you to whatever state to get the abortion because you didn't want that child. Now, if you're just fucking around and you end up having a child and like you're like, I want to get an abortion because I don't want this kid, then like that was your fault for like not having the option of protected sex, right? That's your fault for not having the option of birth control or the pill or if you're a guy, get a fucking vasectomy if you want to just fuck bitches all the time and not worry about having a kid. It's not that bad. Trust me, vasectomy is nothing to be freaked out over. It's just, it's some discomfort for a while, but it's not bad. But then you could just never worry about having kids unless you really, really possibly maybe want kids. Then I guess don't do it. But if you get a girl pregnant and she decides to keep the child, that's on you. And you got to pay the child support, which I guess, like people are saying, maybe it should be the other way around. Maybe if the woman decides to have an abortion, fine. But if she decides to keep the child, like if you guys were fucking around, she decided to keep the child because she doesn't want to have her 9th abortion, then the guy should be exempt from paying child support because he was like, well, I don't want this kid. And you want to have it? Well, I don't want it. Like, where's the freedom of choice there? Where's the my body, my choice? Like, if I impregnate you, it was my body and I chose to impregnate you. Like, Phoebe Bridgers, oh man. Oh shit, man. How you guys doing? Just, okay, give me a second here, I forget, sometimes the shit this nigga says is just too funny, but I'm Craig Lee Lawrence, right, the attorney for Craig, but I just wanted to hold on a minute and break this down real quick, just so, just to pause this, again, I realize some of the shit he says too funny, but what we mean by the whole, like, men should be exempt from child support thing is because women are just as responsible for having a baby as a man is, right? And us men, like myself, unfortunately, we cannot get pregnant. I mean, not yet, at least, maybe. I don't know what my future would look like. But I cannot conceive a child as of right now. So there's nothing that an abortion really has to do with me, right? So obviously, all genders don't need abortions, but sometimes they'll want to have one. But as for the woman, if a woman was molested or raped or something horrible, or she had a medical condition that did not allow her to have children, yes, I believe that an abortion should be legal for that person because obviously they cannot, for whatever reasons, conceive that child, whether they were, attacked and molested and raped and they don't want the child, or they have a medical condition where they, the child could be sick. But obviously, that one abortion, maybe 2 abortions in those instances is okay. But if a woman or young girl is being attacked multiple times and needing like 4, 5, 6, 7 abortions, something's not right. Like, she shouldn't be getting attacked and molested that many times. And if a woman has some type of condition where she knows she cannot have a kid, there's no reason she should be having 5, 6, 7, 8 abortions, because she should know, and her partner should know, that they cannot conceive a child and they need to do something if they really love each other to not have that child. And that's why I say, like, vasectomies and stuff would be, necessarily, but most men would not want to get vasectomies because, yeah, they're bitches or whatever and they don't want to have that procedure done, and they'd rather, obviously they don't want to really just fuck bitches and not have kids because maybe one day they'll want that offspring, and it's the same thing for women as why they don't want to get their tubes tied at young ages, or why doctors don't want women to get their tubes tied at young ages, because they might, they're inherently mothers, so that motherhood that's inherent in them, they might actually want to pursue that one day. But if you're just like fucking around and you're just sleeping around with people and not using the protected sex and the options that come with protected sex of not conceiving a child, and you're just going and fucking around, then I don't think an abortion is right for you. I don't think you should be proud to be on your 10th abortion. And honestly, if that was the case, if you don't want to go with the child support thing where if 2 people end up having sex consensually and the woman decides to have the kid and the husband doesn't, but she still has it and the husband has to pay child support, it's like, well, shit, we might as well turn it around and let it be where if a woman has a certain amount of abortions, after like the 5th, 6th one, 8 abortions, she has to legally adopt a child. Like, you legally are obliged to adopt a child because you know that all your abortions would have led to children. So now you just have to legally adopt a child. I feel like that's totally fair. There's enough poor, homeless, houseless, familyless children out there where, I'm pretty sure if you got rid of 10, you deserve to take care of at least one. They're not gonna be babies, you know, they'll be full-blown kids, they'll be full-blown children, you know, but you have to adopt one because that's just not fair. But I think that's all he means. But anyway, I'll just go ahead and put this in. This is my video, so I'm just on one now, but laughing at all this shit. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. But I just wanted to clarify all that. So anyway, you guys just enjoy the rest of this video. Yeah, is this Phoebe Bridgers? Like, she's a fantastic singer and artist, but like, I love her music, but for her to come out and say that she just got an abortion on tour and that anybody can do it, it's like, yeah, you know what, Phoebe? Sorry, not sorry, but I wouldn't pulled out either. I would have been like, yeah, But then at the same time, it's like, obviously, you're like, well, I don't want this kid because I have a tour to go on, so I'm gonna go get an abortion. But again, it's like, well, shit, you're on tour. Maybe you can afford to go wherever you would have to go. But if you're just gonna go and fuck around, then it's like, nah, you shouldn't be able to just be like, oh, I'm gonna have like 13, 17, 18 abortions. And also, I do side with those who say that, yes, if you were saying that vaccines need to be pushed on everybody and vaccine passports and vaccine mandates and everyone needs to wear a mask, it makes no sense how you're going to turn around and say that, oh, well, everyone should just be able to get an abortion and everyone should be able to just be free with their bodies and just be able to do whatever they want with themselves because it's only with themselves. It doesn't affect others. Well, as far as I'm concerned, the vaccine affected others, right? It was supposed to be your safety, and then it affects everybody, so that way if you're safe, the whole world is safe. Everyone needs to get a vaccine. It's like, nah, if I don't want to get a vaccine, I'm not going to get the vaccine. And I haven't had the vaccine, and I'm still living, so A+ for natural immunity. And you know, as for the abortion thing, like I said, I have no say, but I find it very funny that if they're putting up, you know, brigades and shit around the Supreme Court just because they're afraid that people were gonna riot over this whole RoeVWade thing, it's like, wow, all right, fine. So since Trump got January 6th, I guess this means that all y'all baby mamas, baby mamas or regretful baby mamas are out there like, I don't want babies, but I want unprotected sex and I want it now, but don't want them ever, maybe sometimes. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, the fact that Dave Chappelle got attacked, it's just like, all right, I guess comedy is going to go hard swing now, or everyone's going to fucking tiptoe around. So I guess we'll see how things go, because it's either going to go up or down. But Dave Chappelle made it really clear that he's fucking going to stay up top. So, you know, and just stomp the niggas on the bottom, because that's what you do. That when you're from the streets and when you understand the streets, you know, that's what you do.
Thank God that was clumsy. He's back there getting stomped. Where did that come from? Oh, now everybody comes out for the curtain call. Shout out to Jamie Foxx, by the way. Jamie, where you at? Jamie, hold up. Make some noise for Fox. Whenever you're in trouble, Jamie Foxx will show up in a sheriff's hat. Turn the mic up.
What the hell?
I thought that was part of the show. I don't know what the fuck is... I grabbed the back of his head. His hair was spongy. Absorbent.
Listen, I just want to say, man, I've had an incredible time. This man is an absolute genius. We got to make sure we protect him at all times, man. This is what it's about. For every comedian that comes out here, man, this means everything, man. You're a genius, you're a legend. I enjoyed myself thoroughly, and we're not going to let nothing happen to you.
Right.
Give it up.
This is the show. Wait.
I'm back there.
I've been doing this 35 years. I just stomped the backstage. Always wanted to do that.
I'm just saying, I feel for him. And Jamie Foxx, shout out to Jamie Foxx, because if he wasn't there and none of his homies were there, like, shit, man, this guy could have really killed the guy. He could have really done some serious damage, and I just don't think that, I don't know. It was wild, but TMZ got this shit, and, you know, whew, it's wild. It's wild. Anyway, it's been Ghost and the Craig. Just wanted to put this guy had to put this one out because it's crazy. Y'all have a fantastic one.